Hey Libra, welcome to your weekly forecast for March 7th through the 13th. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to connect here and see what messages are coming up for you guys in the week ahead. You might stumble upon the video after the time I mentioned. That's just fine. You're going to find it whenever you were meant to find it, whenever it was time for you to hear the messages. Keep in mind this is a general reading for the collective. Not every single message is going to resonate. So take what does and leave what doesn't. Without further ado, my darling Libra friends, let's jump right on in here and see what messages are coming up. So, the first message here is the Knight of Wands. Okay? This can indicate that some of you are dealing with a fire sign person. Fire sign people are going to be Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. Now, with this Knight of Wands energy, this would be somebody coming in very quickly, possibly maybe even unexpectedly. Sometimes this can be you and your energy, you stepping into the Knight of Wands energy. This could be something being sped up or a decision that you weren't planning on making just yet, but now you're having to make it right away, like you're being given a small window of time to make a decision. Sometimes the Knight of Wands could be an ultimatum. Sometimes the Knight of Wands can be a person who comes in and out of your life. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a friend. It could be a family member. It could be a parent you're estranged with. But there could be somebody coming in and out of your life. If that is the case, if there's somebody making a reappearance, Knight of Wands will come up to say, look, they might come back this time and they might seem super convincing that they've learned their lesson or they're going to change or they're going to do better. For some of you, it's a work situation. You might have an old employer calling you and begging you to come back, and you might think that they learned their lesson this time around. You might think, okay, well, they're calling me. They're reaching out to me. They learned their lesson. They figured out that they made the wrong choice. And now they realize that they need me. So if I go back, they're going to appreciate me. Not so fast. Knight of Wands tells us that this person is wired this way. They're not going to change. Knight of Wands for me is very much like an outdoor cat kind of energy. Right? They come in when they need that attention, that love, that support, that cuddling. But once they're fed and they're satisfied, they're going to go sauntering off until next time. They're going to go sauntering off for new adventures. If you take an outdoor cat and you try to force it to be an indoor cat, it's going to be disastrous. Absolutely disastrous. Okay? So what you need to know is that this person is never going to change. And if you allow them back in, even though they seem like this time they learned and they're going to stick around and they're going to be stable, they're not. They're not going to stick around. They're not going to be stable. Right? You're going to go, gosh, again, here we go again with this person. So, and as I said, it might not be romantic for some of you. It could be a work situation. Could be something with a family member, a friend, somebody that you think they learned their lesson, or somebody that you think is finally learning to appreciate you. Guess again. And it's nothing personal against you. This is how this person is. This is how they're wired. They can't help it. Okay? Don't be mad at them for it, but don't give them room to come in and out like that either. For a lot of you, though, this could be a decision you're having to make, like something being expedited and not having a lot of time to make the decision. I do feel for some of you, this is going to be about something involving moving. So it could be a job that would require you to relocate, or maybe if you're renting, maybe your landlord is going to come in and say, look, either you buy the house or I have another buyer and you got to be out in 30 days. It could be something along those lines. It could be a decision that you're making. Maybe your landlord is coming to you and saying, hey, we're raising rent, or we're raising rent in 30 days, or it's time to renew your lease, and the lease now is going to be for a longer period of time. You're like, I don't know if I want to be here that long, right? So for some of you, it could be a decision you're having to make involving your living situation. The next card that's coming up here for you guys is the Nine of Wands. Now, Nine of Wands lets us know that we're near completion on a project. We've done a lot of good work. We're almost finished. But Nine of Wands also comes in to tell us to protect our work. You've been putting a lot of hard work into something, and you may be very tempted to give up. That might be what the ultimatum might be about. Maybe somebody is telling you to give something up. Like, how much longer are you going to do this? Close down this business. Close down this company. Quit this job. Give up on this idea or give up on this thing. And Nine of Wands is saying you are too far to give up. You are too far to give up. Nine of Wands can come up to say, protect that which you have worked for. Don't be afraid to take that stand. Nine of Wands also comes up when we're terrified that we're going to make the wrong decision. But every single one of these wands is somebody who came at him and tried to take him down. And he beat every single one of them. He took their little wand away and put it behind them as like this trophy, this victory. And it's experience. Every single one of those wands represent experience. So what Spirit wants you to know, Libra, is that there is absolutely positively nothing new under the sun that anybody can come at you with. Every dirty trick, every lie, every manipulation, every con, you've seen it all. There's nothing new anybody can come at you with. As long as you're allowing your experience to be your guide and pay attention to red flags, you're not going to make the wrong decision. Pay attention in the week ahead. Anything that's happening that makes you think, oh my gosh, you know what? I remember this person when I talked to this other person. This person really reminds me of my one cousin who was going around and like turning the family against me. They were being so nice to my face, but talking about me behind my back and spreading rumors. Or this person really reminds me of that one ex who just could not be faithful to save their life. This one job interview I went on really reminds me of that one place I worked where they would always be late with my paycheck, and then I would get my paycheck and it would be off and I'd have to double check it. It would take them forever to get my money back to me. Pay attention to those situations when you're like, this reminds me of this person or that person. This is your intuition telling you, hey, we've been here before. We've done this before. This is nothing new. We've already had this experience. We don't need to take this class again. We don't need this repeat. Pay attention to that, because that's going to save you a lot of time, a lot of heartache, and a lot of aggravation. If someone or something is reminding you of a situation from the past, that's your intuition telling you this is the same dang person. This is the same dang situation. As long as you're paying attention to those red flags, and as long as you're paying attention to your gut, you won't make the wrong choice. You won't make the wrong decision. I know my mom is a Libra, and she has the most beautiful heart. And I know with her, growing up, it would pain her to make any decision, because there's always this fear that I'm going to make the wrong choice. I'm going to not be fair to somebody else. I'm going to let somebody else down. What if it's not the right thing to do? What is the fair thing? What is the right thing? What is going to be in the best and highest good? And so, you can go forever analyzing a situation. Libra needs time. Libra needs time to think about all of the different factors, all of the different scenarios, all of the different possibilities before they make a decision. Libra has a very complex decision-making process. Unfortunately, the Knight of Wands is telling us in this instance, you're not going to have that time to go through your process. So you're going to have to listen to your gut and to what your intuition is telling you. Think about that. Pray about that. Meditate on that. Your next card that's coming up here is the Five of Pentacles. I feel this Five of Pentacles is asking you, because it's taking me back to the Knight of Wands and the decision and the ultimatum, I feel this Five of Wands is like, They're asking you to make a sacrifice, this person. And I'm sorry, not Five of Wands, Five of Pentacles. I feel like this Knight of Wands is asking you to make a sacrifice, and that you're going to feel like this is Five of Pentacles. They're asking you to make a sacrifice, to give something up. Maybe they don't like what you do for work and they want you to give it up. Maybe some of you are being presented with a really big contract. Maybe you've been trying to get your music out there for a long time, or your art, or some kind of performance or something, and you're being presented with a contract, and your spouse or your family or even your friends might be like, no, Libra, you can't take this deal. Because like, we need you here. You need to be doing this for us. You need to be here with us. This is gonna, maybe for some of you, you might be getting into a school. Maybe for some of you, this is college. You're hearing back and you're being accepted to a college, and your family is telling you, no, Libra, that's too far away. You can't go. You can't accept that. And this is a limited time offer, right? You got to get back to them quickly. If somebody is offering you a recording contract, there's a billion other people in line that want that recording contract if you don't want it. Same with the college or with the school. This is going to be some kind of an offer that you're not going to have a long time to make a decision. And I feel people in your life are giving you an ultimatum. You're being told, well, either you choose this or you choose me or us, right? And so some of you are feeling like this is Five of Pentacles either way. If you listen to the ultimatum and accept it, then you're giving up your path. And you're in a path of uncertainty. If you're turning down that ultimatum and saying, I'm sorry, I can't say no to this opportunity, or I can't give up on what I'm doing right now, then you're going out into the world alone. It feels scary either way. But the Nine of Wands is encouraging you not to give up and not to give in, to stay strong. And even though you might be going out into the world with this uncertainty, you will find soul family along the way. A lot of you have heard me refer to the Five of Pentacles as the Wizard of Oz card. Dorothy is out there. She's lost, trying to find her way home, trying to find answers. She finds this very unlikely, eclectic group, and they become a family, and they get through all kinds of catastrophes together. Five of Pentacles is when you learn who your true blue friends are. You learn who's in your life for the right reasons, and you establish strong, loyal friendships and partnerships, because these are people who can relate to you. They're in the same boat. Soul family, soul tribe energy. Your next card that's coming up here for you is the Knight of Swords. So whatever this ultimatum is that's being presented to you, they're serious. And I feel a lot of you are feeling pulled, like, I got to go on this path. Because as I'm looking at the Five of Pentacles here, this figure here is making me think of the Hermit. And the wolf here is making me think of, like, your instinct, your gut, your hunger, your drive. Like, you can't ignore it. And so I feel like a lot of you are making the decision that, okay, here I go. It's like that song by, what is it, Whitesnake, Here I Go Again on My Own. You're like, all right, here I go again on my own. I'm going out there. The only life I've ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone. You're not born to walk alone, but it might feel like it right now as you're not getting support in what should otherwise be a happy, exciting time for some of you. Now, the Knight of Swords is telling us that they're going to come down on you hard. And you're going to have to be ready for that. I'm not saying this to be a negative Nancy. I'm not saying this to put fear in your heart. But you must understand and you must know that anytime we're breaking out of low energies, there's friction. Because those low energies want us to be scared. Those low energies want us to back down. if you are leaving an abusive relationship or abusive situation where you are concerned for your physical safety or the physical safety of your children, do not tell anybody that you are leaving. Do not tell anybody that you are leaving. Not just the abusive partner. Don't tell your neighbor. Don't tell your cousin. Don't tell your friends. Do not tell anybody that you are leaving. And do it on the down low. The problem with telling people, even if it's your friends and family, people mistakenly give out information. And then later they're like, oh man, I wish I didn't say that. So it's not like there's people who are looking to betray you. You just have to be safe. Because the Knight of Swords tells me whatever the situation is, this person's going to come down on you hard. And if you're in an abusive situation where you're scared for your physical safety, this person will use physical force. For other ones of you, if you're just dealing with a manipulative person, they're going to bring all their manipulation. They're going to bring all of their little emotional manipulation games and mind games. They're going to come at you with whatever their weapon of choice is. If this is somebody who likes to yell, they're going to scream at you. They're going to let you have it. If this is somebody who likes to put you on a guilt trip, they're going to bring the guilt trip of guilt trips. But if this is a violent person, do not say anything. Right? Even if it's not a violent person, if you want to avoid that avalanche that they're going to bring on you, maybe don't tell them that you're making the decision and get out of there and make the decision. But I feel like you're being forced to choose between someone, something, and like an opportunity. And or your work. For some of you, this might be your life's work. That in itself, I'm sorry to say, is a little bit manipulative. Because if you really care about somebody, why would you want them to give up something that meant a lot to them? Or why would you want them to give up anything that gave them any kind of independence? Unless your goal is to control them, right? Think about that. Meditate about that. Sorry, my poochie's making noise here. So think about that and meditate about that. You might want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. And the love readings for March are linked in the description. I will also be doing a card of the day from now on. A lot of people have been requesting that by popular demand. So that's happening. Be sure to check out the daily messages as well. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Hope you all have a wonderful week ahead. And hopefully I'll see you all in the comments and the daily messages too. Take care and be well, my dears.